All right, Shalom. Want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and Rule Well. And much peace, safety, and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four winds, pushing truth and sincerity and diligence. All right, the brother Loya from the Great Millstone, Lake Charles, Louisiana camp, coming back again with another quick lesson. And as always, Lord will it be edifying to the elect. All right, so I just basically want to go into a quick topic, that was on my spirit, going into man, hey, how about Shemi Al Shai knowing? Let me grab this scripture real quick. Um, you know, 10,000. Hey, how about Shemi Al Shai's eyes being 10,000 times brighter than the sun? All right, knowing what all of our inward parts, the most secret parts. All right, I want to bring the scripture out, to basically open up this lesson. All right, and go into what, man, the Lord knows exactly how much you love a certain thing. All right, the Lord knows how much you love something. Okay, he sees a from the root on up. All right. So this is Ecclesiastes 23:19. It says, "Such a man only feared the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of Yahweh Shem Shah are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts." All right, because what, man, in this truth. All right, when you're coming into this thing, all right, this walk of ours. All right, what the Lord is going to use those things you love to see what are you willing to give them up willfully? All right, are you willing to give up those things for Yahweh Shem Yahushua? All right, and that's what ultimately gonna amen, perfect your walk. All right, because you don't want something that you love to would be a stumbling block to you. All right, let that be the reason why you're not walking and following after Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, all right. So yeah, man, this is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 21. It says, Yahweh said unto him, because it was basically speak upon the rich man. All right, it says, Yahweh said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. All right, the scripture say, store your treasures up in heaven. All right, basically set your affections on what spiritual things. All right, things heavenly things. All right, as it speaks about in the book of Colossians. Okay, it says, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. All right. Now, when the Lord told that to Simon and them, and they was what making or bread, because for the simple fact that was their occupation. All right, they dropped their nets and they followed Yahushua. All right, they didn't walk away with a low countenance. They didn't basically make up an excuse. All right, and these men loved it, but guess what? They was willing to say, you know what, to hell with it. All right, to hell with it. And what, man, the Lord is basically calling me. The Lord is telling me to come and follow Him. All right. Continue on, it says, but when the young man heard this saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. All right, and it shouldn't be nothing that we can't give up for Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, let's go into this word sorrowful. It says feeling or showing grief. Grief. Nothing it should be grievous for us to do for Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, hey, the Lord Yahweh Shah himself was crucified for the elect's sake. All right. It says unhappy, dejected, regretful, miserable, downhearted. All right, disconsolate. So we shouldn't be in a spirit of what, man, when we're getting certain reproof. All right, getting certain correction on things. All right, knowing that we can't do certain things because what is not expedient. All right, even when we can do certain things. All right, it just might not be expedient. Don't be in what a sorrowful spirit. All right. So that's basically giving Yahweh Shem Shai basically a dead sacrifice. All right, an unpleasing sacrifice. It says what, for he had great possessions. Now all of these possessions that this man had, it wasn't gonna deliver him. In the time. All right, it wasn't gonna deliver him from what the destruction. Okay, Likewise today with you people that would go down to Egypt for help. All right. You have your money, you have your houses, your vehicles. All right. You have your 401k. That would basically be considered as great possessions. Okay. Even greater than that, man. What's the most the greatest possession you can have really is what family. You see, it's family. That's a great possession. All right, that's why our people do the what the mournings. All right, whenever certain individuals pass away. All right, because what they possess what great memories with that person. All right, and you can't let that get in the way of you walking with your Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. It says, This said Yahushua to his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because he's not trusting on the Lord. All right. He's trusting upon his riches to deliver him. When he gets in a jam and he has what so what sufficient funds, all right, he's put his trust in what his money, all right, and no, it's not wrong for you to be a brother with money, all right. Hey, we have necessities and things that we must take care of, all right. But man, the main point of this lesson is what, man, the Lord knowing how much you love something, all right, and your love for a certain thing can basically stop you from walking correctly with your Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, you have to be willing to hey give it up. All right. It says again, I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom. All right, but yeah, man. Uh, the point was what, man? Him going and being of a sorrowful countenance when giving up something for you, how about Shem Shah. All right, and you don't want to be in that spirit because that shows that what you basically have ties to the world still. Okay. It's Genesis chapter 22, and I'll read on down. All right, it says, and it came to pass after these things that the Most High did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son. All right, and what? This was a great possession of Abraham, Isaac, the one who he loved. All right, it says, Thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest. All right, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took two of his young men with him and Isaac his son and clave the wood for the burnt offering and rose up and went into the place of which the Most High had told him. And on the third day Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, Bide ye here with the ass, and I will and Salakia, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the offering of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they both went together, both Salakia, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold the fire and the wood, but where's the lamb for the burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, the Most High will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to the place which the Most High had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in the altar and bound Isaac his son and laid him upon the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Most High called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest the Most High. And all these situations goes up to what, man? See if you fear Yahweh Shema Shah not. All right? Fear is the word, the beginning of wisdom. Fear is trusting and putting faith in Yahweh Shema Shah. You know, the Lord are going to have these obstacles come about just to see how much you trust in Him. All right? Just to see how much you trust in Him. It says, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. You see? So yeah, man, hey, that was all to show and basically see if Abraham really trusted in Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, and what he went through with it, he didn't have a good countenance. I mean, it's like he didn't have a bad countenance. All right, yeah, he had man, lots of love for his son. All right, but what, man, that can't get in the way between you and Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, another great example, the Most High. Yahweh, he did the same thing. He laid what? Yahweh Shah on that altar for us. You see? It all goes back to what, man, that order. Okay? This is Romans 8:32. He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all. How shall he not with him also freely give us all things? You know? Because what, man, the Lord loved us. You know? And the Lord man had great love for Yahweh Shai. You see? But what, he didn't let that get in the way, okay, of what prophecy being fulfilled, his word being set forth since the beginning of times. You know, this is someone who's sitting on the right hand side of him. You know, and what, man, Yahweh Shai went through with it. You know why? Because hey, man, he know how much he really love Yahweh Shai. You know, and the elect. You know, but guess what, man? It is no limitation. All right, there's no limitations on how far you'll go, you know, for the people you love. Okay, now we're not supposed to have no limitations at all for Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, this is Matthew 6:21. It says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." All right, wherever your treasure is, there's where your heart or your mind is going to totally be. All right, if you're gonna follow and worship Yahweh Shem Shai, no matter what you're doing, you're gonna be what, meditating upon the scriptures. All right, in your everyday walk. Okay, it says the place in which good and precious things are collected and laid up. All right, and we're here. We are laying up what treasures in the kingdom. All right, it says a casket, a coffer, or a receptacle in which values are kept, a storehouse. See, repository. All right. We'll what, man, storing up all our treasures to be in the kingdom. All right, because what, everything that we have here is temporary. All right, everything that we have here is temporary. We can't take any of these things with us into our kingdom. All right, none of those things are gonna be able to basically be given up in the time for Yahweh Shema Shah to have mercy upon us. All right, we must continue to sacrifice now. All right. This is Luke chapter 14 and verse 26. It says, "If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and child and brother and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple." All right. So, hey, man, having ties. All right, having ties with certain people. Yeah, you're gonna have family that you love. See, but guess what? You can't love them or put them before Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. It's not saying that you can't. You can't love them, all right. But guess what, man? That it has to be a line of separation drawn, all right. You have to separate the bullshit and the family stuff, all right. Away with the work of Yahweh Shem Shai, all right. That's always gonna come first, all right. It says, "And whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple," all right. And what, man? Hey, that rich man, he didn't want to bear that cross. All right, because what? It was a burden. All right, when Yahweh Shai bear his cross, all right, it was heavy as fuck. It was a burden. All right, he had all kind of things that he was going through. You know, that goes to show you what this walk is not going to be hard. All right, and the Lord is what, man, going to take the things that you love the most to basically build you up and see if you are worthy of giving those things up for Him. All right. This is John chapter 15, verse 13. It says, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. You see, Yahushua loved us so much to where what he became the mediator, all right, and gave up himself so that we can be brought back into the fold. All right, it wasn't no limitations. All right, the Lord could have had anybody do it, you know, but guess what? His love was with Yahushua. Okay, in 2 Corinthians 4:17 it says, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a more for exceeding joy and eternal weight of glory." All right, like it speaks about in Romans the 8th chapter. All right, the things that we go through is only for a short amount of time. All right, giving up certain things. All right, well, whatever it may be. All right, you might have to give up your wife or lose your wife in this thing, lose your family. All right, lose every damn thing that you have. But is that gonna stop you from following after Yahweh Shem Shai? All right, real quick, I'm gonna jump to that chapter and start at verse 32. Romans 8 and 32. Salakia. 35. All right. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? See? Shall separation? Salakia. Shall. Hey, and what, man? Hey, separation is. Real quick, let me jump to the while the spirit is on it. Because the scripture tell you what blessed is the man when they don't want to have company with you. See? Grab this one real quick. Let me see. All right. It says yeah, I know it's in the New Testament. Salakia. We'll get it. Let's see. Kind. Luke 6 and 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company. You see, and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. So it's a good thing when where people basically don't want to be around you and be separate from you. All right. Why? Because you're walking after the ways of Yahweh Shem Shah. All right. So yeah, just getting that quick point. Jump back to Romans, the 8th chapter. All right. This is Romans 8 and verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or sword, or peril? You see? So all these things are things that would basically consist of stuff that's brought forth in everyday life. All right. So just because you're dealing with a certain situation or going through a certain hard time period, does that mean that you're supposed to give up on the Lord? No. All right. That's why the scriptures tell you what to endure hardness as a good soldier for Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Continue back to 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 18. It says, "While we look not on the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen." You see, meaning what we are seeking out everything in this spiritual aspect. All right, because that's what really matters. It says, "For the things which are seen are temporal." All right, so just like we have all the things that we deal with in everyday life, which is a total bullshit. All right, it's temporal. All right, it's temporary. It's not gonna last forever. All right, it is just but for a moment. It says, "But the things which are not seen are eternal." All right, and that's what we are setting up. We're setting up what those treasures in heaven. All right, We're walking after that straight and narrow path to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. All right. We basically walking with the Lord. All right. We see the demons on these people when we out into stores or at work. All right. We see them what on our family members. All right. Why? Because we have that spiritual eye, and what we received it through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua by way giving up the things that we really cared about. You see, now hey man, what Apostle Paul say? We count this shit lost. You see, this is Philippians 3:7. It says, "But the things which were gained to me, those I counted lost for Hamashiach." You see, so it's only right that we give up these things. And also, man, this shit can't even amount up to the Lord, man. You see, it's no price on it. You know, this shit not even worthy to be compared to you know the things that we're gonna get. All right, are being found favorable in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. All right, getting the chariots to pick us up and get us the hell away from this place. All right, the Lord is gonna have us what, man? See this place being burnt up with fire. These are the things that we're gonna receive. All right, the men of the Lord getting spiritual power according to the scriptures. All right, helping brothers escape when man Edom comes in like a flood. All right. And all of these things are gonna be given because we said to hell with this present world. You know the fashion of this world is passed away. You know, so none of this shit that we go through, none of this shit that we deal with. All right, none of these weak ass women on this side. None of this shit can amount to what we're gonna get. All right, none of it. All right, to totally rule in righteousness. All right. I mean, the elder brother was speaking about last night, man, not having to worry about anything. All right, you ain't got to worry about getting a little amount of sleep. All right, and then having to get up early in the morning and go slave for Edom. All right, these are the things that we're gonna receive. All right, and it gets way for more interesting. You know, way better. That's just a small amount of things. All right. This is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 29. It says, "And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren," these are all things that what you have tied to, all right, in the world. You look at Job. Job had to what? Basically forsake all that. It says, "Our brother or sisters or father or more or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life." All right. Now, what can basically amount to everlasting life? And not only just living forever, all right, but having what wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right, having all these things increase, all right. It says, "But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first." All right, and we're the last. All right, we're the last. We're gonna what ultimately come up on top. All right, we're gonna be the first again. You see, we're gonna be ruling. All right, we're not gonna have to worry about none of these things anymore. All right, why? Because we're counting all of these things lost for the sake of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So with that, man, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and rule well, and much peace, safety, and blessings to the hopefully elect throughout the four winds, pushing the truth and sincerity and diligence. Till next time, Shalom.